Hey guys, what's up? Gamer here, and today I'm going to be doing another reaction video today. By a different person, but he doesn't just react. He does a series called Reaction and Review, where he reacts to movies and stuff like that. And he plays a little bit of games, like he has Ghostbusters, he has Deadpool. He did the full series of Deadpool, but I don't know about Ghostbusters. I haven't watched it in a while. So, this is if you want to watch him, I'm not gonna put the description below. All you have to do is you have to search on YouTube reaction and review. So here we go. Hope you enjoy this. A 21-minute video, and this was from July 13th of 2012. Johnny Got His Gun, reaction and review, and here we go. That's his name. So.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at an anti-war movie from 1971. This movie actually has a little bit of a history behind it because, well, it is the movie that led to the creation of one of the greatest heavy metal songs ever written. I'll get to that in just a sec. The movie is called Johnny Got His Gun. Now, the story behind this movie, the story behind the song that this movie inspired, is that members of legendary heavy metal band Metallica watched and loved this movie, so much so that they wrote a song called One. A lot of people who know about heavy metal know about that fucking song. And they wanted to incorporate audio from the movie and video from the movie in the music video. And after doing a little bit of research, doing a little bit of digging, the band found out that it'd be cheaper to just buy the movie outright instead of just acquiring the licensing rights to use the footage for just the music video. So that's exactly what they did. Metallica owns the rights to Johnny Got His Gun, which is why anytime you see the movie released on DVD, it comes with the music video for One because, well, why not? They're both owned by the same fucking entity, so shit, why not? Now, the only things I know about the movie is what I've seen in the music video, and that kind of gives away a whole lot of the plot, but still, I don't know if this film is going to be gripping, touching, suspenseful. The only thing I know is that it's fucking depressing as shit.
Agreed.
And that's all I know going into this. So, and there is one other thing. This movie is based on a novel. The novel's author wrote and directed the movie, which you don't see that very often. In fact, the only other time I can think of is when Stephen King wrote and directed Maximum Overdrive, but I apparently am one of the few people on the planet who actually enjoyed Maximum Overdrive, so
My mom did.
I'm not about to get into that.
My mom read the Johnny Got His book. Book. She said it was pretty depressing.
Rather interesting little bit of trivia, and it's something else which sort of makes this movie, which makes it unique in its own sort of way. So now it's time to see if this thing's any good. Without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Johnny Got His Gun.
8 minutes later, it says.
Well, I really don't think that a woman ever openly expects her dad to say, yeah, go in there and fuck him. I don't fucking care. That would probably be a little bit of an awkward moment, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I sure as shit would be creeped out if I actually was with a woman and her dad showed up and went, you two, bedroom, go fuck now. That would probably just ruin the moment for me, I think.
19 minutes later?
So let me see if I understand this. Jesus is willing to cheat at cards against dead soldiers and tell them when their kids are going to die. I'm sorry. Jesus is kind of a dick, isn't he?
10 minutes later.
So Dad asks his son for a hug. The creepiest way I've ever heard.
I've seen
And he seems almost surprised when his young son says no and runs off. My dad asked me to give him a hug to keep the chill of death away. I think I would have been justified in running away and saying no too.
Hell yeah.
Just saying.
7 minutes later. You guys get to that.
You know, Jesus should probably know when someone doesn't have eyes or, the ability to talk. So when he tells them that their best strategy is to open their eyes and yell, it really does come off as dickish. I'm really beginning to hate Jesus more and more in this goddamn movie. I really, really am.
18 minutes later.
So in his dreams, his girlfriend now is kind of emo. Really whiny, too. But, hey, at least he still loves her. That's kind of a positive, I guess.
13 minutes later.
You guys happen to remember when I mentioned earlier about how his dad creepily asked for a hug? Now his dad's spooning him. Good God, that is just creepy on a whole host of levels, man.
16 minutes later.
Wow. Yeah, I really never thought they were going to cash in on the whole story about the Indians who were captured and strung up and tossed into the fucking lake, but nope, we get to see skeletons with rocks around their ankles. Never really thought I would see that. Definitely a nice change of pace, I guess.
The review.
Holy shit. Well, guys, that was Johnny Got His Gun. Wow. That ending was sad as shit, guys. Shut that off. You can probably tell just by listening to me talk, and there's probably still a little trace of tear. Yeah, it broke me. I had to break down and sort of cry a little bit there at the end just because, well, motherfucker, there's no way you can watch this thing and not cry just a little bit. I mean, come on. That ending is fucking depressing as hell, man. Okay, well, I gotta try to collect myself here because I gotta actually review the movie. Holy shit. I should say, never thought in my life, what the hell? Never thought in the year or year plus I've been doing this show, never thought I'd find a movie that would make me fucking cry. Never. And fuck, I found one.
Huh.
So now I found movies that made me laugh, made me angry, and made me fucking cry. Wow. Well, I should say, before I get into the review itself, well, this is part of the review, but a lot of people say it's impossible to make a real anti-war movie because pro-war people find those anti-war flicks and they love the shit out of them. You don't believe me? Go ask anybody who loves war movies about Full Metal Jacket or about Apocalypse Now. They will tell you that they adore those movies. Both those movies are so staunchly anti-war, it's not even funny. But people who are pro-war and all this other shit, they adore those movies. I dare anybody who's pro-war and absolutely adores all of these anti-war films because they see them as some kind of like jingoistic fantasy, watch this thing. This is a true anti-war film. This thing never once tries to glamorize war. It never tries to make it look good, never tries to make it look beautiful, never tries to make it look empowering. It makes it look hellish, pointless, and stupid. Okay? I probably am a little bit biased because I myself am a very staunchly anti-war person. So I'm able to see the message here. A couple of people might see this and see it as some kind of like a big message, but no. A young American soldier is so brutally mutilated through fucking mortar fire. He no longer has arms, legs, a face, a voice. he cannot hear, he cannot speak.
It's
There's
depressing.
nothing beautiful about that. This movie shows you exactly how hellish and how shitty war can be.
Mm-hmm.
Times have not changed from the time period of this film. This film's set during World War I. Times haven't changed from then to now. And I could probably go on about that for hours, but I'm not here to preach. So it's time to get into the actual review itself. First of all, the writing. It moved me to tears. So, enough said. The writing's amazing at times.
Mm-hmm.
I should say everything involving Joe, our main character, when he's in the hospital, especially towards the end when he finally figures out how he can communicate with the outside world. That is some of the best written shit ever. The closing, the very ending of this movie is probably going to tear your heart out and fucking stomp on it. So if you're not the kind of person who likes to cry during movies, you are not going to like this one. But this is also the same movie which has a dad who's very creepily affectionate with his son, and same movie that has douchebag Jesus. So I mean, it kind of tries to balance these a little bit by giving you a douchey Jesus who's kind of funny. By the way, that is probably one of the finer performances which Donald Sutherland has given. I just wanted to mention that because he does play douchebag Jesus in this film. I'm going to continue to call him douchebag Jesus because there's never a moment when he's on camera when he isn't a colossal douche. Okay, so we have him as douchebag Jesus, and that kind of makes things sort of funny. Then we have the dad, and all of his segments are all kind of creepy in their own way, because dad asks his son for a hug by telling him to help ward off the chill of death, and then they go camping years and years later, and dad is spooning him in the fucking tent. That's just creepy as hell. It really is just a bizarre, creepy thing there. And then we have the moments with his girlfriend and all the fantasies he has with her, and that's all whole hosts of fucked up. In fact, let me tell you guys, about half of this film is told either in flashback or some kind of bizarre, fucked up, dream. A lot of it's dreams, and they actually have a visual style which kind of works in with this. Everything which is done in black and white is stuff that's actually happening. At least that's, for this story, that is everything set in the real world. Someone's running water over there. You guys can probably hear that. It's no real biggie. Everything which is in color is either a flashback or a dream sequence. Or, since all of it is going on in Joe's head, the flashbacks are dream sequences.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of those weird things. The movie asks a lot of questions about life, about God, and about the point of war. So again, if you're not into a film that's trying to preach, probably not going to like this. You're not into films that are almost guaranteed to make you fucking cry, you're not going to like this. But I'm not up to recommendations yet. Acting. Acting is where this is a huge mixed bag. Because we have some actors are really good. I'm talking like our lead, who spends most of the film either, again, in a dream state or narrating. Because, well, that's really the only time he really has to act, because everything else is just his head with a box over it, and he is either reacting to something, or again, he finally learns how to communicate using Morse code. That's really all of the physical acting he does when he's not in the dream sequences. So there is that. The acting there is really good. Then we have a bunch of the secondary actors. People who don't play major roles but are just there. They suck, all right? I'm not even gonna front. They are horrible actors. However, you are going to be so sucked into this story, at least I think that you're going to be so sucked into it that you might notice the bad acting, because that bad acting sounds off like a fucking trumpet. I mean, it really is that bad. But it's not going to fully pull you out because you are that immersed. That is how good the writing is in this thing. Is even bad acting can't totally kill it. A lot of movies bad acting can completely cripple a movie.
Yes.
This, it just kind of hobbles it a little bit, and it just sort of
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.